Proverbs 14 verse 23. Read it for me if you are a serious Christian. 1, 2, read please. But the talk of the lips only does what? In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips only will tend a man to penury. There is a dimension of entering into your rest that requires labor, requires diligence. Diligence is a trait that all successful people, whether in ministry, in business, have. Many believers are busy. Many believers are taking action, but they are not diligent. Write this down. Diligence is the quality of being productive. Write it down. Diligence is the quality of being strategic. Diligence is the quality of being resilient, unbending, the refusal to bow out. Diligence is the quality of endurance. Please listen to me. In Africa, I don't know if it's a socio-cultural context, but we have a very funny understanding about success. We have all kinds of mentalities about success that are wrong in themselves. But I think probably the worst of them all is how much we trivialize success to believe that God or government or parents or mother nature owes us our being successful. Or we just feel, I may just put my hands here and there, and then with just a prophetic word or just a blessing or just a little oil on it, everything just works. Diligence is not just hard work. Notice my choice of words. You must be strategic. You must be productive. Listen, diligence involves the sacrifice of your time. Diligence involves the sacrifice of your energy. Diligence involves the sacrifice of your resources. The sacrifice of your time, write it down. Blessed be the name of the Lord. May God open our eyes tonight. Look at me, let me teach you something. Everybody say time is money. Say it again. You've heard it every time, but what does it mean? What does it mean by time is money? That means that you are only rewarded when you create an event that makes men to have time for it. Listen. Come, Pastor Lawrence, and your lovely wife. I was happy to see you. We could just celebrate them. Come. Come stand here. Don't be embarrassed. Thank God you're a pastor. Look at this. How many of you know that last year we didn't have time for their wedding? Because the event was not yet created. Anytime an event has not been created in the earth realm, there is no time for it. That means you cannot commit any resources towards it because there is no time for it. Both of them decided. When did you marry? What's it? 15th? Now they decided to bring time and attach an event to 15 September. The moment they took the risk to create an event, people started having time for them and resources started coming to them. Now that the event has been achieved, nobody will give you money for marriage again because there is no longer time for it. Listen, listen. By 1990, there was no time for Zuckerberg. There was no time for Facebook because that product was not created. There was no event that will make you have time for Facebook. So a gentleman said, let me make men have time, and with that time will come resources. And he made available an event, and now we have time for Facebook. There was no time for Koinonia. Before Koinonia started, your Friday night were for something else. The moment there was a vision, that vision brought time to it, and with that time every resource came. Is that true? So when you say time is money, time is not necessarily directly money. Time is only money when an event, a creativity was added and attached to that time. It will now make men to have time for you, and with that time it will make them to have their resources. So when you pay Zuckerberg, you are not paying him for the product necessarily. You are really paying for the price he has paid to make you have time for that thing. Are we together now? Now you all have time for browsing. Once upon a time, you could not do that on your phone. Somebody made that possibility. With that time now goes your data. Your data will finish and you want to invest in. When you pay data, what are you really paying? Think well. What are you paying? When you pay for a venue and they say from 12 o'clock to 6 is 60,000, what did you pay for? If they give you a job and they say from 8 to 6 you are working, what are you really paying for? If you take away time on earth, nobody will pay anybody for anything again. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So there is an event, and then men begin to invest in this, and now they are married. God bless you. Thank you. Ask him what it took to create that time. He summarized it in one sentence. It is not. I said, that's my message. Now, but is he married or not? Please talk. You are laughing, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Is he married or not? Did the devil stop it? But it is not 24 hours to your